Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Olusegun Oyekami of Nusa Capital, and a very good evening to all of you. Right, on a day that has taken the markets by storm, I'm sure you've all heard of what has happened with the price of oil going down basically to zero. No one wanted oil. Everybody was trying to close the position. You should have seen all these guys who taken particularly the longs on oil prices. I mean, these guys were bailing like there was nobody's business. But one shouldn't make fun of them. One should kind of feel sorry for them, because I don't think anyone saw that oil would fall to such low prices. I do recall that Daniel Pena, the man of the $50 billion man, the QLA man, had actually predicted that oil would fall to $5 a barrel. I couldn't quite dismiss that, being that he is a former oil man. Anyway, I'm sure that has kind of shaken the markets right through. I was actually going to do a light crude futures review, but I'm not going to add it to this video because there's still a lot to learn about what's going on. So let's get started with the S&P 500 E-minis. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the weekly chart here. This is quite weekly bearish. I beg your pardon, weekly bullish, not bearish. The price action is within the clouds, and that means it's consolidating. Proof of that shows with the Kijun Sen here. You can see that red line here kind of flattening out. You can also see that the Chiku span here, although running free, is pointing downwards and is under the price action. So it tells you quite a bit. Being that the price is within the cloud and is consolidating, it's best one is patient to see what's going on before you take action. So let's have a quick look at the daily chart. And the daily chart here also shows, although this is looking bullish with the Tenkan Sen above the Kijun Sen, is still quite weak because it's under the cloud. This means it's weekly bullish. But when you just go by straightforward, Ichimoku sayings, this is bearish because it's still under the cloud, or right at the edge of the clouds here. Again, you can see the Tenkan Sen here flattening out. The Kijun Sen is also flattening a little bit, which shows you that there's some consolidation going on, which confirms the consolidation event that's going on within the weekly chart. The Chiku here is just about running free, and if you have a quick glance at the choppiness index, I've just been looking at that recently. You can see it seems to be losing steam, although it's still above the 38.2 level. One should begin to be cautious about what direction the S&P 500 E-mini futures might take. So, and let's go right down to the 4 hours, which is the bridge between the swing traders and the long-term traders. Now, I've drawn this line here to show that this is definitely a trend in the upward direction. Although it's cut through here, one has to keep an eye out here in case the price begins to fall below this line here. That begins to tell you that there might be a change in trend. So far, so good. This is definitely all price actions above the cloud. This is definitely bullish, and the Tenkan Sen is above the Kijun Sen. The Chiku here has got caught up with a bit of congestion here, with this price range here acting almost like a little bit of a resistance. If it breaks through that, then the price will probably go up, and then this will permeate upwards both to the daily and weekly for the change, although you're bound to see the change within the daily area. I'll keep an eye out for this. I'd be cautious. Some of you might take some very short trades, sort of scalp here and there, but I'd be very cautious about this to see and wait and see what happens tomorrow or possibly the day after before taking your trade. Maybe things might be clearer. Anyway, that's me for the evening. As I always say, when it comes to price action, your guess is always as good as mine. Keep your eyes and ears open, and you're trading sharp. I beg your pardon. I'm out. Bye.